Ooh, we are live. And I got some new headphones, and you can legitimately hear everything on these headphones. That shit is crazy. But let's get into this. Today is the day. It's Saturday. So, we got trolling with Boys for Life, trolling with myself. Do what we normally do. We have a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a fun show. Did you not watch the draft? Did you not watch the draft? Like, this is what I don't get. Like, Philly Notion is supposed to be this guy who knows everything, right? He's supposed to be on the up. Again, shout out to BGN Sports Media. Without Bird Gang 31 could not be possible, right? All of our links are in the description. What's up, everybody? Here's another edition. Well, I'm just coming on here and streaming now because this is so much fun. Hell no. Eagles, Commanders, Cowgirls, Giants. Kevin Love, I don't even know why you're here. Last year you were all over Cowboys' dick, and now you are riding the bald eagle head is what you're doing. So as you can see, I got some new headphones, and you can legitimately hear everything. I'm not kidding you. My dog was drinking water over there a little while ago, and all of a sudden, I can hear him drinking. Yes, the Dookie Green Doo-Doo Birds. That was the first that I heard from Boss Cowboy the other day. But, guys, so I've tried to want to do a one-on-one. Yes, Kevin, he is a troll. Duke, I'm still waiting, bro. Did you find out anything on what I sent you? Thanks for the intro, bro. Much appreciated. Oh, I didn't know if you liked it or got it or whatnot. But yeah, bro. I didn't change up the music or anything because I don't know what you wanted or anything, but so I just gave it to you like it is. I just changed the image, put your image in there. So I'm glad you liked it. Tell your chicken shit boyfriend to unblock me so he can hear some facts. Are you talking about Eagle Champ? He blocks everybody. He's actually doing a live stream right now with 301 Cowboy. Haven't really watched most of it, but we're going to clarify some things. What's up, Dante? It was sick. Gonna use it in my video. Oh man, I'm glad you like it. All right, cool, bro. Not a problem. Just wondering. I'll just let it be until further notice, I guess. But guys, we're gonna clarify some things here because there is some stuff that keeps being thrown out. How Dak looking sharp at OTAs. Well, I don't put much stock into OTAs. I never have. I never will. I really don't put much stock into training camp, especially when, and this goes for anyone. Like, this is what I make fun of Eagle fans for. Yeah, I tried to comment, but nah. Nah. He always blocks people, bro. And this is like back to this comment. This is what I make fun of Eagle fans for because this is exactly what they do. Shit right here. What's up, Cowboy fan? 1992. This is what they do. They will talk about how great their team looks, how great their wide receivers look, this quarterback looks, this running back looks, this defense looks during OTAs, during minicamp, during practices and preseason. That's what they like to do. Now, well, not so much preseason. It's more of OTAs. It's more of training camp when drills are set up to make the person working that drill. So, like, if it's a wide receiver drill and you're going against corners, corners aren't going to go that hard. They're not. I mean, we saw a few years ago, actually, when they drafted Rager and they had Quez Watkins and Hightower and all those guys, they were talking about how Rager looked like was going to be a Pro Bowl wide receiver, rookie of the year. Hightower looked like he was going to be a Pro Bowl. All this crazy stuff, right? And what happened? What happened? Nothing, because they got hyped up way too much in preseason because of drills. So for me, it's all what you do in the game. Put in the work. Do what you got to do. Practice is practice. Don't underestimate practice. Don't downgrade practice. But if you're looking sharp at OTAs, I want you to look sharp during the season. That's what I want you to do. And if you aren't looking sharp during the season, then what was the point of looking sharp during OTAs? Nothing. But Eagles hate week. I'm going to abuse him. Oh, everyone is. Everyone's going to abuse him. The shit is hilarious. So, go Cowboys. That's right. That's right. Go Cowboys, Asher. So, there's this. Well, how do I say this? There's this idea that is going around that Randy Gregory, that we lost him, right? And he was such a big part of our defense. You know, and I keep hearing Randy Gregory may have not gotten the sacks, but Randy Gregory was able to get a lot of pressures, right? That's what I heard. Yes, shout out to the 11 in the chat, Coach Dante. Get everyone in here to get a like, get this shared out, get this stream going so everyone, get the likes in here. But when it comes to Randy Gregory, and I'm looking at his stuff, right? I was looking at his stats the other day. I'm looking at the pressures because that's the myth that is out there right now. That Randy Gregory is such a big loss that this defense is going to take a step back. From Eagle fans, right? That's what they're saying. But when you look at Randy Gregory, what up, South Tex? That's my guy, Coach Dante. But when you look at Randy Gregory and you look at the amount of pressures he's had in the 12 games he played, really? I mean, I get it. You played 5 games less than basically everyone else. You played 12 games last year. And you only had 29 pressures. That's 2 pressures, a little over 2 pressures a game. Now, when you look at Micah Parsons in all 17 games, what did Parsons have? He had 49 pressures. Bosa, was it 49? I know. Hold on. I'm just going to go here and look. Because I looked it up the other day. And I want to say it was 49 pressures. It was somewhere in the 40s, 47, 49 pressures. You look at Nick Bosa. He had 47 pressures. That's what it is. So if Parsons here has 49 pressures, then it was Bosa that 47 pressures. No, okay. So Bosa had 49 pressures. Parsons at a linebacker, we drafted him as a linebacker. He was able to roam free, but at the position that he is labeled linebacker, 47 pressures. Bosa, who is a straight up edge, 49 pressures. Aaron Donald, defensive tackle, plays in the middle, 41 pressures. So, and these are all 17-game guys. So you're telling me, Eagle fans are telling me that because we lost, what's his name, Randy Gregory, that our defense is going to take a step back? I don't think so. And then you draft a guy like Sam Williams, and then you bring in a guy like Dante Fowler. If both of those guys equal the 29 pressures this upcoming year and equal the 6 sacks, guess what? We didn't lose anybody. Same production. I get it. It's 2 different guys, but let's be real here. Fowler and Williams until Sam Williams takes hold of the reins. Fowler and Williams are going to be in a rotational set. That's what it's going to be. That's what it is. But going back to Dak looks sharp in OTAs, this is what I have to say. I don't think Dak is the guy, and I've said this multiple times, but Dak is the best quarterback in this division, straight up, hands down, best quarterback in this division. When you look at our teams, the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, and the Redskins, right? And this is that I didn't mispronounce Commanders. I didn't do it. They're called the Redskins over here. That's what I'm calling them. Fuck that other name. When you look at these teams, Washington still doesn't have a quarter, or Carson Wentz, I guess you could say. But this is my thing on the whole Carson Wentz thing. There's no way in hell you're going to tell me that the Cowboys bounced his ass out of Philly. Eagle fans started talking shit about this guy and how bad he was and his character, everything else. Then he bounces around. Then he goes to the Colts, and then he comes back to the NFC East where he started his career, and now he's with Washington, right? So you're telling me, as bad as Carson Wentz has looked throughout his time, right? The character issues, the not wanting to play or wanting to play and doing what he does, you're going to tell me that now all of a sudden Eagle fans are going to jump ship or back on the ship of the Carson Wentz ship and say that he's going to put Washington over the edge on the Cowboys? No, that's a hard sell for me. That is a hard fucking sell. Because no way are you going to sit there and tell me when I took up for Dak, his first 4 years when it was Carson Wentz and Dak, back-to-back, head-to-head, all the time, this and that and the third, going back and forth with these guys, Eagle fans. I was one of Dak's biggest supporters. I was. Always talking about how Dak is better than Wentz. Dak did this, Dak did that. Always doing it. It wasn't until recently that I took a step back from Dak. Realized this dude is 6 years, and I get it. He's going into the 7th year. Hasn't done much in this in his 7 years of being here. And I get it. Some guys win Super Bowls at the end of their career, but let's face it, those guys that win Super Bowls at the end of their career more than likely had a stellar enough career to where they got into the playoffs and had a couple of deep runs. Because really, there's only, if you go wild card, then you go divisional round, then championship game, then Super Bowl. That's only 4 games. So a deep run is getting yourself to the championship game. Now, I'm pretty positive most of these guys that win Super Bowls at the end of their career had a deep run or two in their career. So when you see them getting that Super Bowl win, it's not a surprise. I've yet to see Dak do that, which is why I say he's not the guy, because it is 7 years going into the 7th year into his career, right? We should have never paid him after 6 and then getting bounced out, having a okay game against the 49ers, because let's look at this playoff win right here. I mean, this playoff game right here. Oh, yeah. Game logs. Playoffs. He went 23 for 43. That is a little over half. 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Passing, sacked 5 times. And I get it. That's on the offensive line. Rushing, he had 27 yards. He fumbled. He recovered the fumble. But still, if you're that guy, there's no way you should be putting up those kind of numbers. Not at all. Not even close to that. Washington fans still hate me after the video I made on. Everyone hates. Like, that's funny. That is funny. If Dak wins the Super Bowl, you say he's the guy just won. If Dak wins the Super Bowl, you will be. I will be. I wouldn't say the first guy to say it because I guarantee you there's going to be a whole bunch of guys. If Dak makes it to the Super Bowl, I will be live streaming that game, right? And you are damn right. If we make it to the Super Bowl and Dak Prescott is 8 minutes away from a Super Bowl win, and I'm talking like Cowboys are up like 21 points. There's no way they can squander this, right? Almost impossible to do that. You will hear me say 8 minutes in or left of the fourth quarter that Dak Prescott is the guy if they get to the Super Bowl and win. All right? You heard it here first. I will be the first to say that. What's up, Lord? Houston, how's it going, bro? I remember when the same Eagle fans saying Randy Gregory wasn't shit last year and about Cooper. Cooper was a top 20 wide receiver, and now he's top 5. Exactly, bro. That's the shit that makes me laugh. Eagle fans will sit here and tell us how trash our team is, but then when we lose a guy, they will sit there and talk, sit there and tell us how dominant our guy was that we lost. That is just straight ridiculous. Randy Gregory did not make this defense go round and round. If anything, it was the rookies and the second year guys. Or not even the second year guys, because Odighizuo, Parsons, the second year guys. What's his name? Trayvon Diggs. You have Armstrong. Like, you had all these guys making this defense go. I mean, let's be straight here. We all thought, right? And look, I'm not a big DeMarcus Lawrence guy. I think he's just a little bit overrated and overpaid for my taste, right? An edge rusher who doesn't touch double-digit sacks, and you're getting paid that kind of money because you got 2 double-digit sack seasons back-to-back on a franchise tag and then a contract year. Oh, I just popped my ankle. That felt so good. I don't play that, and that's why I think he's a little bit overrated. But let's be real here. When Tank went out last season, guess what? A lot of us thought this defense was going to take a step back. We all did, myself included, even though I'm not that big of a Tank fan. Straight up. I thought because when he went down, I didn't think Parsons was going to be that guy that early. I was excited for him getting drafted. I was ecstatic. I was happy because I had called that at that time, months ago, back in 2020, when we got gashed by the Baltimore Ravens. That night, when we were still playing, I went live and talked about Micah Parsons being drafted. Talked about that's who I wanted. Said that a bunch of times. I've been me, have been a true day one Parsons guy. Day one. Now, when we get closer to that draft that year, I'm doing different videos because guess what? There was rumors of Pitts, and then there were straight talks of nothing but which cornerback were we taking? I didn't want it. I wanted Parsons, but then it was coming down to which 2 guys are we taking? And let this be a lesson to us, because this is how quick I am to think on my feet. The last time that we were trying to get something, right? And there were 2 top name guys. It was those 2 guys and then everyone else. The last time that happened was last year with Parsons. We were talking Horn and Surtain. And guess what? Back-to-back those dudes went. We ended up with Parsons. Great of what we did. This year, Johnson and Green left quick. And guess what? I wouldn't say we forced it because I like who we got, but maybe if we would have gone, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna leave it alone because I'm hoping, and this is another thing. Tyron Smith is already experiencing lower back issues. Now, I've been saying for about 4 years now, 4 or 5 years now, I get it. I get it. Having Tyron Smith out there is crucial, but there are a lot of great left tackles out there that we could have drafted. If we had traded Tyron Smith, gotten a number one pick, right? Because let's face it, Cowboys are really good at drafting offensive linemen. Really good. That's why at first I was upset with this pick. But then if you think back years ago, right? A few years ago to the Travis Frederick pick, a lot of people didn't like that. I wasn't taking the deep dive into football like I was like then, like I am now. So for me, it was like, who? Who did we just take? Like there was, and I forget who was left on the board, but we straight up took a center at, well, I forget what even we draft 24, 29, something like that. Projected third rounder, and we end up with a stud. And then once all that played out, Zach Martin the following year, and the offensive line was what it was. It was a great pick. 2012. That no, yes, yes, because we were going to take Menzel instead of Frederick, or was that Martin? I forget. I forget. Years ago, old age doesn't look good on me. Uh, just remember the discipline of the team needs to be better on both sides. That is true. That is true. Which I think it will be this year. I think that there's going to be a lot. I mean, for me, like they sit there and say you can't bully a what you call um an NFL player like the way you can with high school guys and college guys. Bullshit. I say bullshit to that. You can bully them as much as you want. Make their asses run. Make them not make mistakes, right? Get it in their head. Get them mentally straight to get them to have them prepared for, the game. And the same they were saying about Parsons. He don't know how to play linebacker, and now Parsons won't repeat the year he had. Oh, I know, bro. I know it is ridiculous. It is straight crazy what these guys say. It's ridiculous. Um, a lot of these guys sit here and say, "Oh, I wanted Parsons," but then it's like a backhanded compliment. "Oh, I wanted Parsons. He's such a great guy, but he's not going to duplicate and do what he did this year." They don't know that. They have no idea what's going to happen. Just like they have no idea if Nakobe Dean or Jordan Davis are going to be all-out studs. You know what? You know what was hilarious to see yesterday? Last night I ended my stream and I went on Bird Gang stream. And guess what? I went in there and started asking questions and started saying things. And two of the most triggered Eagle fans were in there. One dude, I don't remember what his name is. And then you have Eagle Champ, who is, I don't even know if he's still doing his live debate or whatever it is right now. But he was in there and talking all kinds of shit and then trying to tell me on Twitter that he doesn't want he that it has nothing to do with not debating me. It's that he doesn't want no not trash talking, but I forgot what he said. But he was doing that the whole time I was in there. That's what I talk about with Eagle fans. That's why I make fun of them, because they get triggered so easily. That guy that other day, he got so effing triggered. Let me see if I could find it. I'm pretty sure I can. Let me see if it's on here from yesterday. It is on here from yesterday. This one. We're going to see it in a few minutes, guys. We're going to see it in a few minutes because I found it extremely funny. Shout out to the 12 that are in here. Please, let's get some likes, some subs, not some. Is this it? This is it, right? Let's see. We almost got. I should have. If I would have known that this was gonna go down like this, I would have straight up. Damn, I was on here that long. Yeah, we're gonna hear this in a bit. We're gonna hear this in a bit because I got these dudes, and I want to say this is it. I'm gonna find it right here. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure that this is it. I know y'all can hear this. I'm trying to find the spot of where. Yeah, let's just start watching it from here because this dude straight up starts getting a little heated when he's talking to me, and I just find it extremely funny. But before we do, I'm gonna go through some of these comments before we get into this. Where we at? Where we at? Where'd I leave off? Real tears might flow from my eyes if we win the big one straight up. Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be a lot of people. All is well, boys for life. What's good, boys for life? Breed, what's going on? Teflon. You and Boss Cowboy wrecked them for the boys. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. That was fun. Working with we're not really working with Boss Man, but that was fun doing that whole roundtable stuff. I mean, it was so funny watching these dudes switch up. That shit was hilarious. Dante Fowler had 10 sacks season not too long ago with the Rams. He had a bad year last year because he was with the Trash Falcons team. It was him and Grady was the best DEs in the team. Exactly. So and now he's with Dan Quinn. So I'm expecting Dante Fowler to at least touch 6 sacks. If he touches 6 sacks this year, that means everyone gets to go Randy Gregory who? Because guess what? He just put up the same amount of sacks Gregory did. Now I know it's all about the pressures, right? So if he gets more than 29 pressures at a rotational piece, not fully playing 100% of the snaps, guess what? He is already better than Gregory. Already better. So they lock him up, and he still had about the same sack total as Gregory. Exactly. I said we are drafted Parsons during the 2020 season. Oh, you did? Yeah, I made a whole stream about wanting to draft Parsons back in 2020. And I'm not talking about 2020 where it's 2021 leading up to the draft. No, I'm talking about we were getting our ass beat against the Ravens, and I went out there. It was a cold night, and I went out there and I was still drinking. So I went out there, did a live, talking about how we need Parsons. This is a linebacker that I want. Why was the reason why I said that was because if you look at Jalen Smith, if you look at LVE, when one of those two guys is out, this linebacker core isn't cohesive. It isn't a strong unit when one of those guys is out. They need each other to play. I think LVE is not a superstar. He's not a star. I want to say he's in between star and role player as far as linebacker. Because if you put him as the guy, he's not going to succeed. Seeing it already. Not going to see. He needs someone in there like a Parsons, like a Jalen Smith, who they can work off of each other for him to succeed. Dante. What up, Coach Dante? What up, Duke? Jacoby Dean, just like Neo. See, that's another thing. That's another thing that I find funny is that Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis both came in dressing a little funky, right? And looking a little not suspect, but looking a little like too much finesse. Like y'all remember when when Ezekiel Elliott came in, right? And he was drafted and he had his crop top on, and all Eagle fans were making fun of us and saying that he's soft, he's this, he's that. And now they're saying he's trash and all kinds of stuff. That's the way I'm seeing the Eagles are starting to draft now. That way. Give me a second, guys. All right. What up, Cowboy fan? Jesus, I went so far in red Teflon. You see this draft suit, bro? Oh, let me see. Do I have a picture of his draft suit? No, I don't. And I really don't want to go into someone else's thing to get it. I was trying to find the one of him and Jordan Davis next to each other. Like that shit is hilarious. Come on, man, get off the man helmet. I'm not even trying to show Eagle Champ. I'm trying to show the other guy left to me of how he gets heated when we're talking because he gets really, really triggered. This don't even have to do with Eagle Champ. He just happens to be in the stream. That is it. Because I really didn't even talk to him yesterday. I was getting asked questions from Bergang and the dude to my right, and Eagle Champ would chime in and just start yelling and talking because we all know how he is. Sweet for show, exactly. Eagles fans keep Jersey swabbing, as his boss says. He live right now. I'm going to give 3-0. Gonna go to. Sorry. He live right now. Going to give 301 Cowboy. He live debating. Oh yeah. I know he's live. He's debating 301 Cowboy. That was funny last night watching that stream. Did you see his face when you joined? Oh, I know. I saw his face when I joined. He was like, "What the fuck?" Like he freaked out. I'm surprised he didn't run. And I found it really funny that he was all of a sudden his mic was not working. What up, East Coast Gridiron? I gotta watch y'all's live that y'all did. When y'all did it, I was actually on my way home from work. I got off work late and I was eating dinner, so I didn't even get a chance to catch it. I didn't get home till almost 7:00. So I gotta go look at that shit. What up, ECG? East Coast laughing. Zeke don't dress like that so much now that he has tasted this Texas water. Yeah, exactly. The only reason I came up in the stream because I saw you and him. I was coming up that way anyway. But weren't you in the stream before me? The Eagles fans are also saying that the DE Caron Johnson they drafted in the 6th round is all of a sudden going to be a problem. No, he's not. Even Josh Sweat isn't even a problem. I need to look up his shit as well because these guys will sit here and tell you that stats don't matter, but then all they do to discredit Dak is stats. That's the crazy shit about all of this. That's the shit that makes me freaking laugh so much. So like I had to actually. Okay, so we're going to this is actually what we're going to do. We're going to stop sharing that stream that right there for a minute, and then we're going to look at this. And I don't know if y'all tell me if I am no, wrong one. If I am wrong here, right? Y'all tell me. This is Josh Sweat right here. Josh Sweat stuff right here. Okay, y'all tell me if I'm wrong here. This is all of 2021. Like, did he get hurt somewhere? Did something happen to Josh Sweat last year? Because I heard that this kid was unbelievable. All kinds of. I get it. He had 7.5 sacks last year, but his pressures were 25. 45 combined tackles, one missed tackle, 6 hurries, 10 blitzes. I mean, for a guy that's supposed to be this badass that these guys say he is, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Let's look up the other one that was just that we just talked about right now. My dog barking? I guess he is. Hold on. And they swear he's an all pro. Exactly. Exactly, guys. They swear this dude's an all pro. It is crazy to me. Karon Johnson. That's what I'm gonna look up right now. Uh let's see. Oh, this dude got drafted this year, did he not? Yeah. Karon Johnson. Let's see. Does he have anything for college? Let me see if he has anything for college. Any college stats? What do you do in college? See, that's the thing with the Eagle fans. That's the thing with Eagle fans. They sit here and they will feed you a bunch of baloney. But you know what, guys? Brandon Graham, too. You know what? Let's look up Brandon Graham. Let's look up Brandon Graham. Yep, my fucking dog was barking. Now he's down here, chilling out, drinking some water. Okay, let's look at Brandon. Now he did get hurt last year, so let's be mindful. He only played 2 games with his 3 pressures. But let's go back to his 2020 when all the Eagles were bad that year, right? His is what is it? What am I looking for? Tackles. Let me see. I'm trying to find is this advanced game logs. That's what I'm looking for. In 2020. Did he not play in 2020 either? He had 8 sacks, 29 pressures. This is a guy that you're telling me that these are guys that we should be scared about? We should be worried about? That is a joke. That is a joke to me. 29 pressures? That's the same thing as what's his name? Randy Gregory. Are you kidding me? But you know what? Let's get into this video right here because this is funny. So let's. He was like, yes, last year. Yeah, I know. I saw, but I thought there's gonna be something from him from college that I could find stats. Nah, I don't want to go deep into that stuff. Eagle fans don't even know if Jordan Davis can play more than 2 downs. Exactly, they don't. What would you think if we got Debo? That's not happening. I don't even want to entertain that idea. People are sitting there saying that we might trade for him because, if it don't work out with CeeDee Lamb and Gallup being out and Washington, another wide receiver by committee that we may have to, which I don't even, again, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And that's where Eagle fans make the excuse, we were bad. It doesn't count. Exactly. But let's get it right here.
Being a starter. But regardless, did you not see how big my dude is? Dude automatically demands double team. There's a video out there, dude getting triple team.
You see how excited this guy's getting already?
And standing on.
Because his dude got triple team. There's a difference between college football and pro football. Yes, college football is the cream of the crop, but NFL, whether it's NFL, NBA, the MLB, soccer, whatever pro sport it is a cream of the crop is what it is. And because a dude demands triple team against, and I didn't know this at the time, so you're going to you're going to hear me ask this question. It was Alabama. I didn't know that. I didn't watch the game. But they are getting excited because of what he did in college. That always does not translate in the NFL. Not always. These guys are getting very hyped over their team.
On one leg, and he not even moving one bit. 3 people. And so you put that combined with a guy like...
Which college triple teamed him?
It was Alabama.
Okay. And then you hear Eagle Champ saying it doesn't matter. It does matter. You see how dumb that sounds? That's why he wants to. That's why I laugh, and everyone knows that this kid will not and cannot debate with me. He says it doesn't matter. It does matter, because if you're playing a smaller school with undersized offensive linemen, yeah, a guy of that size caliber, it does matter, guy. It does matter. Dude's licking his lips. Oh, I know. They are licking their lips at Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis. That shit is funny, bro. Okay, I think these dogs need to go outside. Give me a second. Like, this dude's getting hella excited over Jordan Davis. Remember how excited they were over Rager? I know they were. That's what I'm hoping. Kind of translates a little bit over here. Dallas will finish second behind the Eagles. Eagles will beat Dallas. Eagles will win the division. Okay.
So with that being said, you put it was against Alabama. Yeah. So with that being said, you got a guy like that that's potentially getting double team, triple team, causing havoc. Match that with a guy like Fletcher Cox, who...
Fletcher Cox. Let's go look at Fletcher Cox, because I find this funny, because Fletcher Cox wasn't shit last year. I think he had I think he had, let me see. Let's do this advanced breakdown right here. And how can you still hear my dog barking from all the way the fuck outside? This shit is crazy what this thing picks up. Brandon Graham had 23 pressures last year and 3.5 sacks. 23 pressures and 3.5 sacks. Are you kidding me? This is what we are supposed to be scared of as a defensive, as a team going up against that defensive line. Josh Sweat, who they swear is an all-pro, right? An all-pro who had, 20 some odd pressures? And then you have Brandon Graham, who they swear is the end-all, be-all for the defensive line, with 23 pressures last year. 23 pressures and 3.5 sacks. Are you kidding me? And then now they're gonna pair it up with Jordan Davis, who, let's be real here, was in a rotational set, was always fresh, right? Always fresh. And he was on a team that had a front seven linebackers and defensive linemen that were the best in the nation. Now they're not playing with guys like that anymore. They're not going to be dominating teams like that anymore. Now you have two guys, one that has 1 year of college tape on him, who is, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to knock him for it, but is undersized and is already hurt a little bit with his strain pectoral muscle that he end up hurting and having surgery on. And then you have a Jordan Davis, and like I said, who Jordan Davis was in a rotational set, played on a great great defensive line, and now you're going to be paired up with guys that, for I don't know what reason, these Eagle fans think that Cox and Sweat demand double teams and all this, when that's not the case. Dallas offensive line will own this defensive line. I guarantee you that. And the reason why I know that this is going to happen, because guess what? When you get older, you get slower. I get it. These are professional athletes, but that's the same thing can be said for the Cowboys offensive line. Like that's what cracks me up about these guys. They are so hyping their team up so much right now. It's ridiculous.
Don't forget, was at one point demanding double team his damn self.
So, when was he demanding double teams? Last year, I don't think he was. Last year, he had 3.5 sacks and 23 pressures. Now, if they're gonna sit there and say, well, that's because he was getting double teamed, Aaron Donald had 40-some-odd pressures, and this man gets doubled and triple teamed, which is why I don't want to hear that shit when it comes to that. That is laughable, bro. Guys, that is fucking laughable. Yes, Eagles are trash. It's so funny you Dallas fans keep saying the Eagles ain't this. Eagles ain't that, but we 7 NFC championships into the century, Dallas 0. 7 NFC championships? Oh yeah, that's right. You went to 4 in a row and you only won one time. That's why I was off 7. Okay, bud. I remember when we went to 4 in a row and we won all but 1. So, I mean, we've been to, I want to say it's 12 NFC championship games. We have 8 Super Bowl appearances, which means we don't lose in the NFC championship game quite often. So if we do get back there ever, I guarantee you we're not going to lose that game. Eagles been owners of the East for 27 years. Man, you can just hear these dogs going crazy outside. How have you been the owners for 27 years when y'all still can't catch us in divisional championships? And again, this is what Bossman and I were talking about the other day, is that Eagle fans care so much about NFC championship games. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, how much y'all care about NFC championship games is ridiculous. I just find that completely funny. But anyway, let's get back into this here. Man, the chips, y'all got lonely and collecting dust. Exactly. Sounds like Osa and Gallimore had about the same number or better. I gotta look up those guys later on. Probably won't do it tonight, but I'll do it. Eagles won toilet bowl in half a century. Exactly. Dave, we about Super Bowl wins in Dallas, not settling for just playoff wins. Exactly. And they don't remember when Steele hand Reddick last year with a way better defense in Carolina. That's truth. Dave, go sit down and your one baby ring. Dave still remember his first beer. Didn't we win the chip in 2021? What are you talking about? What up, Joey Shakes? How's it going, guy? Eagles love being first place losers. I heard some. Yeah, I've been hearing that too, but that's not happening, guy. There's no way in hell that's happening. And Joey, you missed it. We were talking about we got to do a show here soon because I need some answers for some things because as I'm actually like getting deep diving into some of these stats and everything, I don't understand how Eagle fans think that certain guys on y'all's team are better than what they are from the stats I'm looking at. Now I get it, it's stats. Stats don't tell everything, but they do tell some things. And when I'm looking at Fletcher Cox and the guy where you see me, first row center, the guy to my right in the hoodie, talking about how Fletcher Cox is this, all kinds of greatness, and then he's gonna have Jordan Davis with him. From what I'm looking at Fletcher Cox, I mean, this dude last year had 3.5 sacks and only 23 pressures last year. I mean, that is awful. That is not even top tier. I mean, that is less than Randy Gregory, and Gregory only played 12 games last year. Like, I was looking at Jordan Davis, I think, and not Jordan Davis, sorry, Sweat earlier. I want to say he had 21 pressures. Yeah, Cox has 21 pressures. I get it. He had 7.5 sacks, but he wasn't doing much from what the stats were telling me. So that literally just got home. Just hit me up. We'll do a show. Oh, yeah, for sure, bro. Fletcher had 2 down years. Horrible. Yeah, I know he has. But what I'm saying is some of your Eagle fans over here, your Eagle fan brethren over here are talking big game with Fletcher Cox. And then Josh Sweat, when I'm looking at it, I don't understand how some of y'all guys think that this dude is better than what he is when he's not. He is mediocre and average at best from the stats that I'm looking at when he puts it out. I mean, there's a narrative going around within the Eagle fan base of where I'm at, what we're looking at right here, talking about how we're going to take a step back because on our defense, we lost Randy Gregory. Now, Randy Gregory had only 6 sacks last year and 29 pressures in 12 games. That's a little over 2 pressures a game. Michael Parsons in 16 had 47 pressures in 16 games or 17 games. Nick Bosa had 47 pressures. Aaron Donald had 41 pressures. To me, 29 pressures is average. If we can take an average, because I would have to look at every defensive end, and let's not forget Micah Parsons. Yes, he was roaming around, but he was drafted as a linebacker. Again, all them playoff appearances and one ring failure. My brother, I always get people defending Fletcher Cox. Hopefully, Graham can help him out on the edge and he comes back from his Achilles. That's another one that I looked up. Brandon Graham. He was also bad. If I can go back, let me go look at his stuff because you know what? Let me just type it. Brandon Graham. We're not going to look at his 2021 stats because he wasn't here. So let's go look at his 2022 stats and we'll judge from there. So 2022, Brandon Graham only had 8 sacks. And then Brandon Graham only had 29 pressures. That is average. I mean, like I said, I got to look at more guys to see what the actual average number of pressures is per year. But for Brandon Graham to only have 29 pressures last year in 16 games, That's not even 2 pressures a game. Not even 2 pressures a game. That's like 1 point, 1.5, 1.6, somewhere around there pressures a game. Brandon Graham has the pressures. He was hurt all year. Expect a couple of except for exactly. That's why I'm not looking at. I wasn't looking at his stats from last year. I was looking at his stats from 2020. And in 2020, he only had 8 sacks with 29 pressures. You know, I'm starting to see with the middle of the road guys, the pressures there. The top end, you have okay. Let me go look up Joey Bosa for a second because his brother Nick had, I want to say it was 49 pressures last year, while Parsons had 41 and Aaron Donald had Parsons had 47 and Aaron Donald had 41. See, pressures, Joey Bosa, 43 pressures last year. So it seems like your middle of the road to lower end guys are horrible. Like not horrible, but have low end pressures. Like the higher end guys that have pressures are more of your high explosive game changer type guys. Guys that you got to scheme around. Both the brothers, Parsons, Aaron Donald. I gotta look up a few other guys. Let me see. See if I can find. Dante Fowler had a very off year last year, being with the Falcons last year on that defense. See, 17 pressures. That was very shit for him last year. Let's go back to 2020. 23 pressures in 2020, 19, but he had 11 and a half sacks. See, when he was with the Rams and he was on a good defense, guess what? Dante Fowler over here having 11 and a half sacks with 35 pressures when he was on a good defense, and he wasn't playing solo right on the defense side of the ball.
So with that being said, you add the edge rushers that we got, Jordan Davis will be a key.
What edge rushers do you have?
You said what?
What edge rushers we got? Josh Sweat. We got Hargrave. What are you talking about? We got
Hargrave isn't an edge.
Huh?
With Brandon Graham coming back.
Brandon Graham, as we see, only had 29 pressures last year, 1 short of 30, and 8.5 sacks back in 20. 8 sacks back in 2020. Now he's my age. He's 34 years old, coming back from a Achilles injury. An Achilles injury. I still feel that, and I get it. He's a world-class athlete, but I still feel that me being an athlete back in the day, and yeah, I mean, I may not look it, I was, and even though I used to work out all the time and everything, I still feel it in my Achilles down there, how it's tight and everything, and I gotta wake up and walk around for it to be loose. So, guys, what are we worried about here? I mean, you have this Eagle champ right here who can't even name defensive edge, the edge rushers that they have. He's talking about John Hargrave, who is a defensive tackle, guys who plays in the middle, calling him an edge. Josh Sweat, we just saw how horrible Josh Sweat was last year. Horrible. And these guys are talking this kind of nonsense? Wow, I got to look up stats and everything more often, get more of a deep dive into this stuff, because this is appalling that Eagle fans are talking this way. They had a okay defensive line last year, and you're bringing back a guy who's off an Achilles injury at age 34. You have Josh Sweat, who had only 21 pressures last year and 7.5 sacks. See, they're not looking at everything. That is amazing. Wow. Look, Steelers also had handled Bosa from the Chargers. Yeah, exactly. Stats and context for everything. I know they are. Stats by themselves, not so much. Context, when you put them both together, that is a lot. The more I look into this stuff and what's going on, wow, there is no way that the Cowboys the more I look at this stuff, the less worried I am about any of this Jordan Davis stuff. And it's not like I was worried before, but it's like my worry level was at like, let's say a 4 or 5. It was average, like, because we haven't repeated, we hadn't had a repeat NFC East team since, the Eagles in 03 and 04. But then looking at these stats and looking at how crazy these guys are talking, as if they had a star-studded defense last year and they added, 3 pieces. Stats matter more than anything. Stats get you in the hall. It's what you are remembered for. I mean, I get it. But to me, stats aren't everything because let's face it, you look at Jalen Hurts last year when he had about 100 yards going into the fourth quarter against the Dallas Cowboys. Then he throws for 150 and had like 250 plus yards at the end of that game with like 2 touchdowns when we were kicking that ass by like 30 points already. So like, that's why I'm saying like, and I get it where you say context and stats are everything. And that's why I say stats by themselves aren't everything to me. Well, who was I going to look up? I was going to look up someone else real quick, but I forgot. But anyway, let's keep playing this.
With Brandon Graham coming back healthy, the guy has been consistent every year since he been in the league, averaging at least 6-7 sacks.
6-7 sacks. So Brandon Graham in 2020, he was drafted in, I don't even know what year. Anyway, so 8 sacks in 2020, 19 he had 8.5 sacks with 30 pressures. But see, as you get older with age, just kind of slows down a little bit. In 2018, he only had 4 sacks and 26 pressures in 18. And his career, let's go his career. We can do his career. So I guess it only goes up to, I guess that far. It doesn't go all the way back to where I wanted it to go. But let's see. Hold on. Career. Let's go to just game logs. Will it do it for me here? Scoring, tackles. Am I looking? Tackles. So no, it doesn't give me all that other stuff. I need to. Okay. Oh well. Let's see. Ranked near last in the NFL and everything. Wins and losses don't matter unless you are a coach. Look at Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders. No, I get it. I don't know. I don't know if that was to me or not. Oh, that was to. Okay, stats don't tell the whole story. When speaking on the DT. Man, you can hear my dogs in this thing. Okay. I want to get back to this real quick. Finish this.
6, 7, maybe 8. He was down there touching double digits 2 or 3 years ago. But the fact that
that's a lie. 2 or 3 years ago, he had 4 sacks.
Been consistent year in and year out. That's all we need him to do and be a leader up on his team. So with him on the edge, you got Josh Sweat in the defense for.
Josh Sweat was garbage
for a whole nother year. And then you got people like Nakobe Dean out there going from sideline to sideline. Don't underestimate. We got Kyron Johnson. The dude is.
That's what I wanted to look up. Kyron Johnson, who Hassan Reddick. That's all I wanted to look at real quick because I want to see his stuff. Advanced game logs. Last year he was with Carolina. He had 11 sacks and 33 pressures last year, which is, it seems like guys that are good to game changers are in that 30 to 50 range, I guess you could say, because we've gotten guys close to 50 pressures already that I've seen. I blame the Detroit organization at the same time too, because they didn't want to let Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders go, so they just retired. They didn't want to trade them. Laughing emojis. Coach, they need to fire their agents. What's good, boys for life? Oh, it's just me by myself. I'm doing a thing on these two guys real quick because this shit was funny.
Fast as a mug, which is the main reason why we picked them up. And so, man, you asked me about Jordan Davis. Yeah, man, I expect him.
So do you expect Jordan Davis to,
like, you worry about our defense? Your defense is not going to rotate like we are. We have so much talent on the defense that we can give him a rest.
See, the talent that say on the defense, we just went over their stats and everything that they just did. They're good as a unit, but you put them by themselves, they're awful. They are awful. You take one of those guys out of that unit and they are bad. What's up, Philly Sports Talk podcast? How's it going, guy? So,
give like other defensive ends a chance to attack the quarterback. Who is your defense? Because you're relying on fourth and fifth round defensive ends to be your guys. I hear y'all bragging about that. But we got a first round defensive end. He's going to play this year. Will he be the number one guy on the defensive end? No, he'll probably rotate. But he's going to get some pressure.
Guys are we relying on?
Who? Sam Williams? Sam.
See, he don't even know what he's talking about. Sam Williams was drafted in the second round, which I told him. And then we all know that if it wasn't for his character, and when you start telling him that these character issues that these guys that he had, look at their faces. They're just like, they have no idea what to say.
Sam, whatever his name is, Sam Williams, he's a fourth rounder.
You tell me, why you think y'all gonna be?
He's a fourth rounder. He was drafted in the second round. Man.
He's a second round.
He was drafted in the second round, and he only fell that. I expect him to start. I expect him to play and start. Yeah, okay. I expect him to play and start. This is a guy who had what was it, 13 and a half sacks?
Yeah,
right?
He had 12.5 sacks.
12 and a half sacks. Who was a half a sack less than Hutchinson, who went number 2 overall. You want to know why he fell so far? Because he had character issues. Allegedly, he had a sexual assault charge. Look at Eagles Champ's face. He's like, what are you talking about, character issues? Against his girlfriend, they got dropped. They got him kicked off the team over there in Ole Miss, and then got put back on a couple months later.
But that's why he fell so far. Us. We have so much rotational on our defense.
See how see how he's trying to deflect and revert the conversation?
We can rotate or
redirect, I should say.
Start a defense and give them a break.
And you rotate every year, though. You rotate your guys, and that's the way y'all play.
We do.
You rotate guys every year, and you saw what they did. Okay. They got us a Super Bowl in 27.
Right here. They're gonna bring the 27 Super Bowl, and then they're gonna get heated.
17. So stop playing with our name. Stop playing with our name. Stop playing with our name, boy. Stop playing with our name, boy.
And what have you done since?
Hold on.
What have y'all done? What are y'all expectations?
We're going to get back to you guys.
Smacked by the Rams.
Eagles say outside himself.
BG made y'all cry.
Oh, man. That shit is hilarious.
Hey, what have you done? The last 30 years, the Eagles.
JC.
Okay, that was that. That was funny. He got muted right after. Like, oh my God. When was this? This was yesterday. This was last night. I ended my stream and went onto that stream. You should have seen his face when I went on that stream. He was like, it was caught like he was like a deer in the headlights. Shit was hilarious, bro. Shit was. Go back and watch it. It's all on Bird Gang 31's channel. I was on there for like maybe 30, 45 minutes listening to these guys talk. But it's funny how I go in there and I cause this giant ruckus that happened last night. That was such a headache. It was funny to watch. The time that I was in there, it was very funny to listen and watch because these guys were straight talking out of their ass. And I'm glad I was able to take a dive into these guys' stats because guess what? Now when they talk out of their ass about Brandon Graham and these guys and that guys, I can straight go to my references here and talk about how average and mediocre their guys are. Give me 1 second. I think my dogs need to come in. Eagles champ so dumb. I know he is. Damn, I missed it. That is sad that he muted. I know it's sad because Eagles champ is not all there. So I'm gonna go back and watch the 301 one later on and see what went down because every time I'd go in, Eagles champ's talking, he's saying some dumb shit, some very vague dumb shit that he has no idea what he's talking about and can't back it up with anything. Everything that I just looked at, I backed it up on what is this? Pro Football Reference, where I'm able to break down or click to where I can get their advanced game logs of what they did that game or that year per game. So like there's no way. No, I'm getting bored with the drama stuff. Can we get back to football? We are circling around who's better, which can change year to year. The thing is, no one knows. No, I get it, bro. Like, this is the drama stuff, but it's the off season. This is what I like to do in my off season. When it's time for football, I will talk about football. I mean, this is kind of football talk, but you got to understand that this is Cowboys and Eagles. This is what we do year in and year out. This is how it goes. I need you to do some breakdowns on some Cowboy players to look out for. I need some informative info. Oh, I mean, I can look at some stuff. I just need you to point me in the direction of where to look. But I mean, I get it. Like you've already sent me some stuff, but I got to get a subscription to these things. And it's like, I ain't trying to, I mean, if I have to, I have to. I really don't want to dish out the money to do these subscriptions, but if I have to, I have to. Because I do want to start doing that kind of thing. Damn, I missed it. It said he muted him. Were you Flaming Eagles champ? I really didn't talk to Eagles champ too much because I knew what it was going to turn into. And you'll notice that it turned into that real quick. It turned that real quick when I would just be asked just a question. So yeah, I didn't want to talk to him too much, which I've asked to debate him and talk to him, but he didn't want to do it. Here, Almighty, you want the link? Want the link? Oh, that's still. No, I'm good. KK. What's good for life? My favorite troll. Thank you. What's good, Matthew Martin? How's it going? He got muted 2 more times after that, or at least 1 more time. Yeah, he gets muted a lot. What if the Cowboys trade for Jesse Bates? That's not going to happen. You like Zeke or Tony better? Honest question. I like Zeke better for the simple fact that Zeke can pass block, do a little bit more things than what Tony can. Tony is a great explosive runner and a change of pace to what Zeke is. But for me, it's not just about the running. It's also what you can do after. And I know that Tony also has good hands for a running back. Zeke hasn't been put in that situation too much, trying to go out for passes the way Tony has. And I know Zeke does a lot of not bootleg. The running back goes out for a pass. He does a lot of that underneath screens, right? Yeah. And for me, it's Zeke that I like better because Zeke can also, like I said, pass block, do the chipping. That's what I like about Zeke over Tony. If Tony can develop that, I would love Tony more than Zeke because guess what? Tony right now is the more explosive runner out of the two. But it's everything else that Zeke has that even though Zeke isn't as explosive as what he was when he, his first 3 years into the league, he still is very good at what he does. Oh, and it would be funny. Bird Gang would ask you and the other Cowboy fan. KPG is his name. And Eagle, NEC1 would immediately insert himself and try to get louder, desperate, not wanting to hear his own voice. And that's the funny thing, man. That's the funny thing. He tells me he doesn't want to argue or he doesn't want to debate me or anything like that because he says that I'm going to have to start yelling and talking over him just to get my points across, which is not true from what you saw yesterday. I was asked, it took me almost like 3 minutes to answer a question that was directed at me because EC1 and that other dude up to my right over here on that, on Bird Gang shit, kept talking. They wouldn't shut up. Actually, I know it was that dude who asked me the question. And then KPG and Eagle Champ got into it. Like, I'm over here trying to answer these questions because they want to know. And I'm trying to give my honest answer here. But, what's his name? EC1 is all up in his feelings when it comes to me. That shit is hilarious. We all know that I would win in these debates. We all know. I think Tony is way better. I want to see him in first team more. He's averaging 5.1 yards a carry. Zeke is 4.5, and Tony and Zeke average the same yards. I get it. That's why I said when it comes to running right now, Tony's the more explosive runner. But when it comes to pass blocking and everything else, I'm liking Zeke. Because with Zeke in there, you don't know if it's going to be a run. You don't know if it's going to be a pass. Tony, it's kind of the same, but more often than not, Tony's getting the ball handed to him when he's in. I feel like you will have more of an educated guess when it comes to Tony being in than it will be Zeke. Give me Tony on the Giants. Why? Well, I'll give you Tony. You give me Saquon. That sounds fair. Fair trade. But yeah. But guys, we've been here for an hour and 18 minutes. I wanted to go a little longer, but it's Wednesday. It's late. I need to finish watching Sons of Anarchy. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. I'll probably do earlier stream if I get off of work on time. Probably start streaming around 7. Get done about 9. Pollard over 6. I mean, I'll give you Kadarius Toney for Tony. Nah, I'm good. Pollard over Saquon. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, Tony doesn't have the injury report to go along with the way Saquon does. But, it is what it is, guys. I appreciate the people. We got all the way up to 16 at one point for a little bit, then fell off for a little bit. But I appreciate everyone stopping by. I'm about to start heading out here in a bit. I want to go check out that other stream that I had. Guys, I would really appreciate it if you get this out. I can't do this without y'all. Y'all make this fun for me. I appreciate everyone that comes in here. Forget the Cash App stuff. The 2K, followers is where I'm on the road to. I'm 80 away from 1K, 1,001 subs. So if we can get me up there, I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of these streams. I need to put out more videos, which guess what? Just thought of an idea. Probably going to do an Eagles breakdown video of their defensive line and the kind of stats we're looking at with the Eagles over here and how they think that they have this almighty defense when it looks pretty average to me. But anyways, guys, that's all I got. I am at, well, hold on. Before we get out of here, let me see something because I'm probably going to have to end up. Let me see. Don't change. Okay. It didn't. All this shit came up. But with this, nope, that's not what I want on. Let's take that off. And guys, it is about time to get out of here. But let me see this. Oh, here we go. I'm out, guys. Later.